So if you're going to say that, all right, cool, I'm going to start this business, I want you to invest in me, but I'm going to do music production and all sorts of things that's music related, and I'm going to do the scheduling, and I'm going to do the answering the phone calls, go out and market, and so on. Right? Does it make sense to me? Probably not. So you need to think a little bit further. Most of the guys does start out like that, but it takes a very long time to go ahead. So ideally, you would need to think about these things and how can you outsource certain duties or jobs or whatever that can free yourself out, even on a freelance basis or a free time basis. You know what I'm saying? So again, I mean, pay a small fee to the virtual offices so you don't have to hire a receptionist to take all your calls, or at least they can take your a professional message that we will get back to you soon. He's not available right now, he's in the studio. You know, and then get back to them whenever you can and make provision, and you need to describe exactly what's going to happen. Right? If you're going to start out a little bit bigger, I told you the story of the guy that did his presentation, staying at his mother's house and hired this lawyer and this big team. It's not working. It's not making sense. It's like, right. Then your inventory, all the stock, if you're going to resell, everything that you're going to initially buy and what you intend to sell, and the costing regarding that. Or, for instance, if you are a manufacturer, all your tools and everything that you would need to buy, also the raw materials, right, comes under that. Who has seen this movie of Will Smith, Pursuit of Happiness? He carried all those, that was his inventory, and that just came to mind. Right, he initially bought all these scanners, X-ray scanners. Back in the old days, it was new technology, like mobile scanners. And he just bought plenty of them. So his whole flat was stacked of all these scanners, and it was this huge investment that he did. At the end of the day, he struggled to sell them because there were only a small number of doctors that would actually had a need for it, right? So he didn't do his homework properly in the beginning. It was all this technology and all everything that he got, but then he realized that in this town that he lived, or the small town, there were not a lot of clients out there. Well, it wasn't a small town; it was in New York or something, but not a lot of doctors wanted to buy it, and this whole process of him then becoming successful and everything. But anyways, then you can list your suppliers. Who your suppliers going to be? Who are they? What are the trade rates? What is your margins? How do they work? COD? Can you get credit? What does it mean? All of that. Cool. And then lastly is your credit policies, and that is to do with how do you deal with your customers in terms of payments. Are you going to allow credit, on what terms, 30, 60, 90 days, and all of that. You just need to specify that. Cool? Just stand up quickly. All right, you can stretch a bit. How do you feel?
Alive.
Feeling awesome?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, you can take a seat. Cool, I'm just quickly going to run through these things. Under the operational plan, the investor, or you should also show who is going to manage your company, right? And the whole organizational structure. Now the thing is, if you're a startup and you don't necessarily have a lot of staff, you can do one of two things, right? So you can project that this is the staff that you're gonna hire at a later stage. At this, when you start making these profit, you will probably need to have a reception. Then you need to have this person or admin or whatever person. Don't just hire a financial person at the beginning. You're probably going to do all the finances in the beginning. That's kind of the last person that it's a suggestion, right? Just to pay somebody with financial background, they are quite expensive just to do your payments and your books. Get your bookkeeper, right? You will need to appoint an accountant who does your books. Just send them the statements every month, and they will. That's what you pay them to do for. You're not that big yet, so that internally you need to go and have all these reports and everything.